Howdy folks, Brother Jim reporting here at End Times Prophecy News. A new round of sexual harassment allegations against Kavanaugh has risen. Still living in September of last year, far-left activists just can't get over the fact that a Trump nominee is on the Supreme Court. Out of fresh ideas, they're running on the let's accuse him of sexual harassment play that didn't work last year. This time it's some dude named Max Stier claiming he witnessed Kavanaugh doing something 35 years ago at Yale. Uh-oh. Did Kavanaugh rape a man while in college? The story was so dubious that the FBI didn't even bother investigating it when it was first brought up a year ago. Wait a minute, a year ago is when Kavanaugh was first accused, and this all started. But the FBI, who is totally compromised, not even the corrupt side was interested in investigating it. The Hill reports Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh was hit with another accusation of unwanted sexual contact by a male classmate who said he witnessed Kavanaugh expose himself and press his genitals against a woman without her consent. Where's the woman? How come the woman's not saying the story? The New York Times reported Saturday that the latest allegation, which has until now not been public, was reported to the FBI during Kavanaugh's Supreme Court confirmation process last year, but was not investigated by the FBI. In the failing fake news New York Times report, two FBI officials told the newspaper that a Yale classmate of Kavanaugh's D.C.-based nonprofit owner Max Stier said that he had witnessed Kavanaugh expose himself at a party before other students pushed Kavanaugh's genitals into the hand of a female student, apparently without her consent. See, the modern day left now is exposing you for what you did in right after your teen years and judging you for the rest of your life for what you've done 40 years ago. The cuckoo left. This Max Stier fellow runs something called the Partnership for Public Service, which is a nonprofit that, well, they do research and stuff. Another one of George Soros's NGOs. And apparently Stier wants a book deal and to be invited on talk shows. Well, I'm sure the fake mainstream media will jump at it. Oh, here he is on C-SPAN. More fake news media as if they're just straight from Congress, huh? Incredible that Stier, already apparently a public figure, would keep quiet about this for so long. I wonder how he became such a public figure so quickly. For someone who actually follows and researches public figures, one would think pardon me. One would think that he would have spoken up years ago when Kavanaugh was a White House staffer for Bush or when he was nominated to the Court of Appeals. Far-left news outlets like the Daily Beast couldn't wait to jump back on this bandwagon. A New York Times investigation into the Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh's time at Yale University has uncovered another allegation of sexual misconduct that was previously unreported. Max Stier, a Yale classmate of Kavanaugh in the 1980s, reportedly said he saw Kavanaugh with his pants down at a dorm party where his friends pushed his penis into the hand of a female student. What? His friends pushed his... So how does that make Kavanaugh the one who's the perpetrator? And Kavanaugh would let another friend push his penis? You've got to be kidding me. What a kooky story. Stier notified senators and the FBI about the incident, but it was not investigated, according to the Times, which cited two officials who have spoken to Stier about his account. Stier's story echoes that of Deborah Ramirez, who came forward during Kavanaugh's confirmation process, alleging that he had pulled it down his pants and thrust his penis at her during another party. Echoes? Is that like a similitude? In other words, the story is similar? Is that what you're trying to say here? Who knows? Two New York Times reporters say they've uncovered a previously unreported account of sexual misconduct allegedly carried out by Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh when he was a student at Yale. In an op-ed for the Times, Robin Pogrebin and Kate Kelly said they learned of alleged misconduct during a 10-month investigation of Kavanaugh's life at prep school in Yale, including assault accusations for their upcoming book, The Education of Brett Kavanaugh, an Investigation. Max Steyer, Kavanaugh's classmate at Yale, told the reporters that he once saw Kavanaugh with his pants down while his friends pushed his penis into the hands of a female student during a dorm party. It's too bad Robin Pogrebin and Kate Kelly can't be bothered to spend half that time in an effort on investigating Hillary, the Clinton Foundation, Bill's sexual misconduct, Uranium One, and boy, does the list get long. The New York Times was forced to retract a tweet they had posted on the matter, as per the Washington Examiner, a good news source. The New York Times deleted a tweet claiming that Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh thrust his penis in the face of a fellow Yale student and insinuating that such an incident could be considered harmless fun. Having a penis thrust in your face at a drunken party may seem like harmless fun, the original tweet read, but when Brett Kavanaugh did it to her, Deborah Ramirez said it confirms that she didn't belong at Yale in the first place. The Times then deleted the tweet after it received intense backlash on social media, saying it was poorly phrased. However, their explanation tweet appears to have also been deleted. Any bets on what the left's next rehash strategy will be? Well, we have some more here. That's weird. Fake news is pushing already debunked story by drunk Kavanaugh accuser. They must be very worried about Ginsburg's prognosis. The New Yorker dropped a story in September of 2018, night of a second woman accusing Judge Brett Kavanaugh to lewd behavior some 30 years ago. Ronan Farrow and Jane Meyer have released a report in the New Yorker from a second woman accusing Brett Kavanaugh of sexual misconduct, and this time it includes a dildo. Now, let's go back to the Supreme Court here for a second. It's obvious, folks, that they're just trying to get rid of him so they can keep Planned Parenthood, which is just a brand for a woman's right to murder her baby. It's all about killing babies. It's all about depopulation, folks. But it's been branded under Planned Parenthood. Let me tell you something. Do you think that if the Constitution's origin starts out with our inalienable rights that all men were created equal, has anything to do with Planned Parenthood? To kill innocent babies? Because some babies are worth it and some are not. Some babies have Down syndrome and I don't want that baby. I think this baby is, is mentally retarded. No, let's abort it. You see, the origin of the Democrat Party is all about racism. But what do they blame everyone else for, the Republicans? Racism. They're inherently racist from the get-go of their own race. What do you see today? White people are racist. They hate white people. The white people hate white people. God is turning them into a reprobate mind. Just like Romans 1 says, professing to be wise, they became fools, the professors. What did God do to Pharaoh? Same thing. Every time Moses came before him, if you don't let us go, God's going to bring another curse upon the land. You're going to have frogs tomorrow. And every time Pharaoh said, your God is too powerful. Your people can go. Next day, well, overnight, God always hardened Pharaoh's heart. And the next day, the reprobate came up and said, you ain't going nowhere. And then came the next plague. And the rest is history in the Bible, huh? What do you see going on right now with the Democrats? Same thing. God is turning them over to a reprobate mind. That's why they are all getting crazy. They're doing anything to get their way, huh? They know The normal mind says, and normal spirit says, there's no way you're going to win. Well, it doesn't matter. They're going to continue to come up with the craziest ideas, because there's twofold going on here. God has given power over to Satan for Satan to put devils in these people. And the second thing that's happening is God has turned them over to a reprobate mind. It's a twofold curse. First, you got a devil. Then he's given even more power in you. And then on top of that, you have God's curse on you. Now you've lost your brains. Well, now they're at that point. They've lost their brains. I mean, just for a second here, I got to show you this other picture here. What kind of reprobate wears pants like that? The one who's trying to lead an impeachment on Trump. Gerald Nadler. Look at this. Are you serious? All right. Oops. Ronan Farrow and Jane Meyer have released a report in the New Yorker from a second woman accusing Brett Kavanaugh of sexual misconduct, and this time it includes a dildo. From Byron York of, I think that's the Washington Examiner, yeah. New Yorker Kavanaugh allegation story has it all. 35 years ago, accuser was drunk. Significant gaps in her memory recovered recently with help of lawyer for some reason. The lawyer can retract your memory now. Memory's fuzzy all around. Some say it never happened. Accuser never described incident until Brett's SCOTUS nomination. But that's just a coincidence, right? The 53-year-old accuser, Deborah Ramirez, told the New Yorker that she was initially hesitant to speak out because she was drunk at the time and her memory had gaps. She spent 6 days carefully assessing her memories, and all of a sudden they popped out because her attorney, he all of a sudden extracted her memories. Hocus pocus. This was amazing. During the investigation, 2 male students who were allegedly at the party, the wife of another male student and 3 other Yale classmates, all told Ronan Farrow that there is no way Kavanaugh assaulted Ramirez. The New Yorker ran with the story anyway without any credible evidence, only wild 30-year-old accusations from a drunk. It was so bad the New York Times turned the story down, but now they've brought it back up because they're reprobates. But now the liberal media is pushing the same debunked story this weekend. The fact that it is already debunked did not make any headlines, though. This time it's some dude named Max Steyer claiming he witnessed Kavanaugh doing something 35 years ago at Yale. The story was so dubious that the FBI didn't even bother investigating it when it was first brought up a year ago. Thank you for listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very important announcement. Would you like to see most of your illnesses go away? Let me introduce you to the Water Smacker. A new modern breakthrough in science has come to knowledge, ridding your body of many toxins through this state-of-the-art new technology. The testimonials are endless. People have been healed of shingles, pancreas survivor healed, colon cancer patient healed. Your skin returns its oil back to itself and elasticity. Gray hair goes away. Look younger. Red blood cells return to being round. Plaque in your arteries is wiped out. Blood pressure is lowered. Feel stronger and have more energy. Return to a more youthful feeling and look. Pick up your Water Smacker today for only $350, and don't forget to mention Brother Jim sent you. The link is down below along with the website and other videos for a much longer description. Thank you.